As days and years went by, I became even more confused. My emotion became mixed. I could not know if I was angry, sad, or afraid. I became more aggressive towards young children. I was causing more trouble because my understanding was twisted and confused about how humans live. Between the age of 11 and 13, I was not sure what was happening in my mind. I was not aware of my existence. Yes, my mom took me in, but she never stopped being violent. She never stopped being violent to me. I was not protected because I wasn't only getting beaten by her. Even people in the neighborhood also took turn to abuse me publicly. And my mom never protected me from that danger. She never defended me from dangerous people. For example, if I was just playing with neighbors' children, trying to make a connection, parents will come, pull their kids away, then pull my ears, spit on me, kick me, push me, and call me name. But she would say nothing. I was not allowed to play with the other kids because they thought I was bad luck. They told their children, do not play with her. She's a bad person. She will bring curse and shame to your life. Do not play with her and never trust her. And the kids will be afraid of me. And my mother will hear all those words, but she will never comment or say anything. It was so painful because of how much violence I had received from my mom and other people around me. It defined me, who I was in the public. The way other kids was thinking of me was shaped from careless mother like my mom. I experienced the heavy weight of pain of unwanted child life in the unwelcoming society, and there was nothing I could do. I was not in the position of changing anything. I experienced the heavy weight of rejection, being in a place where you're not accepted. As a child, I experienced a moment in life where you wish that the earth could open and swallow you. I experienced the weight of hatefulness, hatred. I know how it feels to be worthless. I experienced the time you feel confused, wondering what you could do to change. I searched for someone like me until I stopped searching, and then I became an aggressive kid. I developed a strong anger and hate. I started to hate everyone more than before as a way of looking to defend myself, even though I did not like who I was. I told myself to be exactly who they described me to be. So if I will find your child in a hidden place, I will possess the picture I saw when your mother was describing how bad I was. I told myself to be exactly who they described me. If I found your child in a hidden place, I will beat them up, not because I am angry, but because I want to send a message. Like, hey, look what I did to your child. Is this who exactly you meant? I want you to pay attention to this. As a child, in that moment, because the way the world was trying to define who I was, I wanted to make sure I am who really they say I was. I wanted to be the true person they described because I wanted to make sure I understand. And because of that desire to try to figure out who I was, I became troublemaker, aggressive kid in the neighborhood. I believed in my doing and I walked through it. And that was the way I thought life worked. If you are weak, you get hurt. If you are strong, you hurt others. So I started looking for a fight. I became thirsty for war, violence. Anyone weak than me, I will beat them up to leave the fingerprint. I became such a dangerous kid. Everywhere I was, nobody could come closer to me. And I did not like that nobody could come closer to me. All the children and everyone in the neighborhood knew me as an unwanted bad kid. They labeled me with so many names, but no one knew what I was going through. They They never see the kid who needed help. I was just confused kid who wanted nothing else but attention. I wanted to be loved and recognized, but I was doing it in a bad way, only the way I knew. I didn't know that is the bad way because I thought that's who I was. And people could not accept me because I was doing bad, and that bad doing is because that's what they told me I was. So I was doing that in a way to find a way to shine, to be loved. I was in a moment where I was like, let me do it, fight. But people hated me and I could understand. I thought that I would be accepted if I did that against other kids was my way of comfort and taking power back. I thought it was normal. Instead, I made it worse. I wondered why some parents were reacting against me. When my own mother said nothing, I was getting beaten by other kids, being abused by other parents. Instead, my mom thought it was okay to make me pay public for exactly what I did to other kids. I was humiliated, but no one seemed to care. I was embarrassed in front of everyone. No one had mercy on me. No one seemed to be recognized that I'm being humiliated, abused by my mother. And this shaped a moment where I became confused and wondering, is she really my mother? And this moment of questioning who I was, where I come from, who is my mother, my existence, I'm still learning to figure out today because I can't recognize myself without God. I know God is true, is the one who brought me here, but besides that, as other people live in a normal life, knowing that I have a mother, I have a father, I have a great-grandparent, I have a history, I have legacy. Every time I question myself, who am I in this world? But being born again and be true to my God, I find refuge in God's doing. But besides that, I can question my existence more and more. And besides the love of God, I will hate myself and I will desire to wipe my existence. But who keep me alive and breathing is believing that God exists, is believing that humanity, we are weak. We always need God's help because I know, especially in a moment like this, I'm sharing my story. We are all broken. And when I come to my understanding of how the world is broken, nobody's strong. Even if you think you're strong, you're lying to yourself. That's the time I decided that I have to share my story in details as a way of healing to myself, as a way reaching the broken souls outside there, telling them that it is not over yet. I'm not a stranger.